What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and today we're taking a look at the Flux Halving. So if you're unfamiliar with the Flux Halving, a lot of people have made videos on it. We're going to be looking at this on the mining perspective, not the investor perspective or anything else, because I feel a lot of people are just leading towards, price increases, running your nodes and all that other stuff. That is an investor. We're looking at pure mining here, and that is GPU mining. What will your GPUs look like after the Flux Halving? Now, some of you guys may be saying, whoa, I thought I heard the Flux Halving was actually extended or delayed. No, that is not true. There's a little bit of misinformation floating around because NiceHash here was actually reporting the wrong block and stuff that was on. If you remember back to the Ethereum merge, there was 3 or 4 different websites and they all showed different dates. When you come to a fork or a halving event or something, they're all designated on a single block height. And that's the only number you should really care about, not any of these countdowns. They're subject to change based on hash rate changes, difficulty adjustments, and so on. What really matters is this block height right here, 1,313,200. Once that block gets mined, the halving event will occur. It could be a but later than this, before this. This could be at zeros, and then all of a sudden it'll reset again because of those very things about hash rates and difficulties adjusting that time. But regardless, this is all we care about. This block height right here, once it's hit, the halving happens. So what's going to happen here is exactly what it sounds like. It's a halving. The block reward across the board is going to be cut right in half. So depending how you're doing it, now again, we're looking at the miner standpoint. So right now the total block reward is sitting at 75 flux. Now 50% of that does go to the miners and the other 50% does go to the nodes. Based on the node, it gets an X different percentage between all the nodes. But all we care about is 50%. So this 75 full block reward will be dropping to 37.5. As miners, this is our block reward we're getting right now, which is 50% of that 75 flux, which will now drop 50% of 37.5. The new block reward for Flux will be 18.75. 50% of what you are getting right now. So going through a couple profit calculators, we're going to start with hashrate.no here and at 11 cents per kilowatt hour. And let me know your power price down in the comment section below, because depending where you live, it's going to be drastically different. And some people are saying, no one has 11-cent power. Everyone's at least 20 cents plus, and other people are saying, oh, well, I have 8 cents and 7 cents and so on. So you cannot cater to everybody in the community. I'm at 11-cent power. That's what I'm basing this by. But it's saying 29 cents before power if you have free power, and then 6 cents after power. So obviously right now it is looking not profitable. So I do not point my GPUs at anything that isn't profitable. Coming into what to mine, it is telling us at 11 cents per kilowatt hour again, 31 cents on free power, and negative 4 cents after power. So now we're going to jump into my spreadsheet, and here's the before and after. So I'm guessing about 29 cents if you had free power here. 30 cents is 29.9. So pretty close. I'm actually a little lower. I don't have the adjustments for the parallel assets and stuff. That takes quite a bit more tweaking to figure out, unlike the other websites that do that. But eventually, this is your block reward. The daily amount of coins or flux being distributed among all the miners. And after the halving event, that 44,500, which is, this is not the total one because some PAs are actually in here to match this up with what the calculators are saying, that will drop down to 22,250, literally cut in half, which means we go from $29 or 29 cents here, 30 cents down to pretty much 15 cents in profitability if you had free power. All right, so I just came back into what to mine. I went on to free power. Now let's look at the numbers and kind of compare this. Would you mine Flux after the halving, or even right now for that matter, if you had free power? Personally, myself, I'm telling you, no, I would not mine Flux. Now, as a miner, that's what I'm saying. Once you start talking about, the price could go up, it could do this. Now you're talking like an investor. I'm talking about as a miner here. And as a miner, I would not mine Flux. As a miner, I don't care what a project is doing. That's the truth. As pure mining perspective, who cares what the price is doing? We don't, or what the coin is actually doing itself. We care about our profits. And right now, you know, BitTube Cash is actually making quite a bit more. So after the halving, right now it's saying, you know, a 3070 on free power is about 0.3427 coins. After the halving, that'll be about 0.1712, half of this. So why don't you mine something like this and maybe get 2 times the amount of Flux that you would have got just mining Flux? Even if you're trying to get in that next bull run, you will get more thinking like the investor and getting other coins, but think like the miner as well and mine what pays your equipment the most amount of money. Here's another thing that hashrate.no is actually pretty good for, is it tells you which GPU and what coin is the most profitable for that GPU. So depending what you have, mine these coins, swap it in the Flux if that's what you want to actually hold, but mine whatever is paying your hardware top dollar for the equipment, not what you believe in. Once you start thinking about the coin you believe in and stuff, that's when you start turning into the investor side of things. Purely as a miner, all I care about is the coin that actually pays me out. Now, I plan on looking at this very topic. Some of you guys may disagree with me right now, but we're going to look at reasons why you mine crypto. And there's a lot of different reasons out there. Speaking as a miner and trying to get everything you can out of mining in general, you mine the coin. It doesn't matter what coin it is. Dynex, for an example, a lot of you guys are saying how much it's a bad coin, it's a scam coin, it's a whatever. I'm not saying hold the coin. You don't have to hold the coin at all. But if it's paying you twice as much as any other coin out there, why not mine it and swap to it? Zergpool recently released a Dynex pool, and you don't even need a freaking Dynex wallet to mine it. So who cares what the coin's going to do eventually? Milk the crap out of it and get as much profits out of it before something happens to it. Do that to your advantage and then just swap it into something that you want. So I actually kind of went back in time, and you can't compare Ravencoin versus Flux. They're two totally different coins doing two totally different things. But the halving event will affect Flux the same way it affected Ravencoin. In order for the profitability to come back up, which it did for Raven, 50% of the hash rate is going to have to leave. Now, we're still not at profitability levels based on most miners' power, but regardless, this is essentially what is going to happen. Now, that's very short term. Again, thinking investor side, long term, 2025 bull run or something, you know, the price in theory should see some decent gains because Flux is much harder to get now. So that is the Flux halving in a nutshell. 50% of the block reward is gone. 50% of the miners are going to have to leave. That's pretty much how it goes, unless you plan on mining it for, I guess, future gains and at a loss. But regardless, if you're really mining for profits, you're going to move to something else. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.